Breaking news, WWE is opening the Forbidden Door during WrestleMania weekend. This is huge. This is awesome. We're going to talk about it right here on The Ango Show. Yes. All right, everybody. With that being said, we're going to get to the news in just a second. But don't forget, we got a 100K subscriber special giveaway. So if you're not clicking subscribe, you should probably click subscribe. You're not going to want to miss this. We talk about everything that pretty much happens in pro wrestling. We have different opinions, and that's what makes it amazing. But this giveaway is super cool, so don't miss out. First, I want to kick things off with Matt Hardy. I think this is important to pay attention to. Matt Hardy has not signed a contract extension with AEW. And while speaking on his podcast, which is titled The Extreme Life of Matt Hardy podcast, he says that there has been no significant development to anything regarding his negotiations. He says that he continues to have ongoing discussions with them and negotiations, but there are no updates at this time. And what's really interesting about this entire scenario is a lot of people are kind of speculating that maybe Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy could be at the end of their career. And I think this is obvious when you look at, their final WWE run. I don't necessarily see them going back to WWE. You also have to factor in that Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy are both in a different scenario contract-wise. Obviously, Jeff Hardy missed a lot of time compared to Matt Hardy, so that obviously plays a factor into things. I also think you got to factor in one more thing. For those who are speculating that they're going to be leaving the company, my personal opinion is that I think AEW should have a little bit of fun here with the Hardys, turn them heel, and have them put over somebody else. I know it's not the most reliable tag team right now. I know Jeff Hardy has his issues, and those are definitely red flags, and those are things that, I feel like it definitely hurt AEW with their run and stuff. But at the same time, too, they don't really have much more value left to give, in my opinion. This company is a company that continues to grow. They continue to sign new assets and bring in new people. And at the end of the day, I think AEW should slap the tag titles on them, let them put over another tag team, and then if they choose to retire, they can retire. If they want to work, indies or whatever, they could do their thing. But I think it's probably best for AEW to move on from the Hardys, to be honest. I don't think they need to be there. And I don't say this in a negative way. I just don't think they need to be there. And I would much rather see them get some sort of retirement tour, kind of like Sting. But if that doesn't happen, I don't know. It's very difficult. It's a very difficult situation because of the Jeff Hardy legal stuff. But I feel like Matt Hardy not re-signing with AEW is not an indication of bad things. It's just they haven't come to a new deal. And if he leaves, he leaves. If he doesn't leave, or if he retires or doesn't retire, I think the cool thing for the Hardys, especially Matt, is that he could be a producer, he could be an agent, he could be a coach. He could still very much be involved with wrestling if he did decide to hang up the boots. I want to turn our attention to Booker T and CM Punk. I don't know why this is even a conversation. I don't know what Booker T is doing. Booker T was talking about this on his show, and I found this to be really funny because the headline everywhere is that me and CM Punk almost got into it this week at NXT, and, this is where I kind of laugh a little bit because Booker T says, I don't want to put it out there because they're going to pick it up and run with it, but yeah, I'll talk to you about that off the air. Obviously, this is in regards to his co-host, Brad Gilmore. The thing is, Booker T and Brad, they have a really good conversation pretty often about wrestling. When CM Punk gets brought up with Booker T, obviously it is true. The headlines are there, and obviously that's what we're doing now. We're talking about it, right? But the funny thing is, there's people coming out and saying that this is just Booker T drawing up interest in his show. This is Booker T just drawing up some controversy. There's also a lot of people who reportedly aren't happy about this because CM Punk, since coming back to WWE, has been on really good terms with the talent backstage. And more importantly, in NXT, he's been very, very good to people backstage. So look, here's the thing. I don't know what the hell's happening with CM Punk and Booker T. Maybe there was something that happened. I don't know. But I do find it funny that this is a conversation. I don't think this is anything extreme. I don't think this is anything to be concerned about. I also very much like Booker T, and I also like CM Punk, so I hope there isn't anything to actually be concerned about. But it is funny because Booker T talked about it, didn't say anything, and then also at the same time, he really He really changed his ways in terms of like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like Booker T kind of changed his ways with the social media stuff. You know, he's got some hot takes and stuff and whatever. Anyways, I don't want to get off track. I want to keep it moving. So let's talk about it. WWE, GCW, Shayna Baszler has been announced for Bloodsport. Guys, this is my favorite indie show of WrestleMania weekend. Okay. It's my favorite. If you follow me on social media, if you follow me on YouTube, I watch and buy Bloodsport every year, okay? I think Bloodsport is cool. I think it's the best show. GCW and Josh Barnett come together. It's shoot-style wrestling. You have people from AEW on there. You have people from TNA on there. This year, Nick Nemeth, a.k.a. Dolph Ziggler, is on there. And then, sure enough, what the hell has WWE done? They're sending Shayna Baszler to GCW for WrestleMania weekend. And that's not all. There is more expected. This was the first announcement by Josh Barnett on X. I'm super excited about this, not only because I love Bloodsport, but I also think we need to talk about WWE making changes. I think we need to have a conversation about that. I think we need to really talk about the fact that this is not the same company. I think there are a lot of people on this platform, on Twitter, in Discord. Like, I think there's a lot of people who, you know, they think WWE today is the same WWE that it was last year. It's just simply not. It's a different regime. TKO, you think TKO cares about Shayna Baszler working GCW Bloodsport? I mean, if anything, it's actually good for TKO to have some of their performers go into other shows, you know? Shayna Baszler is doing her tag team stuff with Zoe Stark, but at the same time, too, it's like, this doesn't take away from WrestleMania. This is taking place on a Thursday at 4 p.m. Like, this doesn't affect WWE. If anything, it just lets people know that WWE is being friendly to other companies. GCW is an interesting company because we've heard about rumors of a partnership with WWE. What does that mean? I don't know. But I look forward to hearing more announcements, and I will obviously keep you guys updated. I am a very big fan of Bloodsport. I don't know what it is. I feel like every year you just get some really cool matchups, and like, you know, Johnny TV, Johnny Bloodsport is his name now. You know, he goes out there and he kills it. And like, there's guys out there, John Moxley, he's another fantastic performer in Bloodsport. Josh Barnett is also a very fantastic performer. And I think it's cool. And I think, you know, for people like me who love UFC and MMA and Muay Thai and just combat sports in general, and then I love wrestling, and I see kind of like this whole thing coming together. I don't know. It's just beautiful. It's amazing. The fact that WWE's involved TNA and AEW, they all have their performers there. I wonder if there's any rules about Shayna and who she versus. Like, I can't imagine Shayna Baszler versing an AEW performer or a TNA performer, but you never know. This is really dope. Breaking news. Don't forget, this is the Ango Show. You should click subscribe. Peace.